Hello everyone, I am Mr. Ashish Chaudhary from Mechanical Engineering Department of Maharshi Parshuram College of Engineering. Today we are going to see the lecture on fluid mechanics. So in that we are going to study the main important property as the pressure of the fluid. Okay. Okay. According to the definition of pressure, it is the force applied on a unit area. If you consider a force applied divided by area, we will get the pressure. So here we have pressure is equal to force upon area, and in the SI unit we know that the force has unit is Newton and area has unit is meter square. So this is Newton per meter square is the unit of pressure. Okay. This unit is also called as a Pascal. Okay. Pressure has another unit is 1 bar as bar. So 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 Pascal. So 1 bar is equal to 1 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. 1 bar is also equal to 1 kg per centimeter square. Now we will see a hydrostatic law of the fluid. So hydrostatic law we will consider when fluid is in static condition. Okay. So for that we have considered here a fluid element A, B, C, D into the static fluid. This is a free surface of the fluid. The top surface AB is at the Z depth from the free surface, and total height of the fluid element as a delta Z. We have considered this fluid element as a rectangular fluid element. It has a cross-sectional area is daba A. Okay. Now here we will see there are some forces will be applied on the fluid element. At the top face AB, some pressure force will be applied, that will be denoted pressure multiplied with daba A, because if you see into the formula, the force, if we solve this formula will be solved for the force, then force is equal to pressure multiplied with area. So according to that, the force is applied on the top side is considered as a pressure multiplied with cross sectional area of fluid element. Then another one, so due to the depth change, again force will be applied from the bottom side of the fluid element, and that will be denoted as change in pressure according to the depth or the height of the fluid element. So P plus daba P by daba Z multiply with daba Z multiply with cross sectional area. So this is again a pressure force applied on the bottom side of the fluid element in the upward direction. Along with this pressure force, third force is applied as the weight of the fluid element. It is denoted by W. Okay. So here, so there are the three forces. The first force is pressure force in downward direction. This is equal to P multiply with area. Second pressure force in upward direction, and this is equal to P plus change in P according to the Z multiply with dz multiply with the area. And third force is weight of fluid element. It is denoted by W, and this is equal to density of the fluid element multiply with acceleration due to gravity multiply with, or you can say weight density. So weight density multiply with volume. So rho multiply G is weight density of the fluid, and multiply with volume. Volume is, we have seen here, cross sectional area is A multiply with height of the fluid element is delta Z. Okay. Now we will see at equilibrium condition, at equilibrium condition, we are taking addition of all these three forces. The first is pressure force in downward direction. So downward force we are considering as positive, P multiply with A, minus this force is in upward direction, that's why minus P plus dabba P by dabba Z multiply with dz multiply with area, plus weight, this is in upward direction, that's why it is sorry, it is a downward direction, that was it is a positive. So rho g area multiply with z is equal to 0. Now we'll multiply this area into the bracket. We have P delta A minus P delta A minus dabba P by dabba Z multiply with area into dabba Z, plus then weight of the fluid element is as it is, rho into g area into dabba Z is equal to 0. Okay. Now if you see, this is plus and this is minus, going to cancel. Okay, so what is remaining? So in this remaining, if you see, volume element is a common one. If you take it common and multiply, and at the right hand side to the 0, it is becomes a 0. So what is remaining? We have minus dabba P by dabba Z plus rho g is equal to 0. If you solve this, we have dabba P by dabba Z is equal to rho into g. So this is the main formula, and this will be indicate the rate of change of pressure is equal to weight of fluid at that point. So if we simplify this one, so we are getting P is equal to rho g multiply with dabba Z. So removing this partial derivation, if we take in dP is equal to rho g into dz, taking integration on both sides, we have dP is equal to rho g integration dz. So we are getting, after solving this integration, we have P is equal to rho g into z. Okay, that means pressure at any point into the fluid element is equal to weight of the fluid element at that point. Okay, so for a particular fluid, density is always constant, acceleration due to the gravity is always constant. That means pressure is directly proportional to the depth at that point of the fluid. According to that, pressure is also measured in terms of a static head, okay, with that fluid element. So Z, or the height of the fluid element, height or depth of the fluid is also used to measure the pressure at that point. It is called the pressure head. So based on that, pressure also measured in terms of mm of the fluid. For example, mm of Hg. Okay. So now we will see the Pascal's law. So Pascal's law states that in static condition, in static condition, pressure or intensity of pressure is equal in all directions. Okay. So now to prove this Pascal's law, so Pascal's law is in static condition, pressure or intensity of pressure is equal in all directions. Okay. To prove this Pascal's law, we have considered here wedge shaped fluid element A, B, C, D. So it has angle is alpha and it has very small dimensions as a dx, dy and ds. So dx is the BC distance in x direction, dy is AB distance in y direction and ds is inclined distance of the AC. Okay. On this fluid element, on AB side, Px amount of pressure will be applied in x direction. On BC side, Ty amount of pressure will be applied in y direction, and on the AC side, Tz amount of pressure will be applied. We have considered here the thickness of this fluid element as unit thickness, which is perpendicular to this paper. Okay. Now if we see resolve this portion, if we resolve this Pz pressure in the alpha direction, in alpha angle similar to this alpha, so what we have, we are getting Pz, the one number pressure as Pz sin alpha, and second force in downward direction in y axis is Pz cos alpha, and according to trigonometry, ds sin alpha is equal to dy and ds cos alpha is equal to dx. Also we have considered the fluid element is very much small, so we will neglect the weight of this fluid element. Now we'll see the pressure force on a AB. So force on AB is equal to Px multiplied with area. So area is dy multiplied with unit thickness. So dy into 1. Now the force on BC is equal to Py. So dx multiplied with unit thickness 1. Okay. Then so Pz force we have already divided. Okay. So in x direction force on AC is equal to Pz sin alpha multiply with area as ds into 1. So similarly, y direction force on AC is equal to Pz cos alpha multiply with ds into 1. Now taking equilibrium condition again, so in x direction resolving all the forces in x direction So first we'll see AB force. So Px into dy into 1 in positive x direction minus, so this Pz is negative x direction, that's why Pz into sine alpha into ds into 1 is equal to 0. Okay, now what we have, we will remove the unity, but according to the trigonometry we have dy is equal to ds sin alpha. We will substitute as px into ds sin alpha minus pz into ds into sin alpha is equal to 0. Px ds sin alpha minus pz ds sin alpha is equal to 0, because dy we will denote in the trigonometry dy is equal to ds sin alpha. We have substituted the value of dy. So here, so if you see ds sin alpha, if we take in common and multiply at the right hand side, it becomes 0. So what we have, px minus pz is equal to 0. So this is our equation number 1. Now similarly, resolving all the forces in y direction. So what we have in the y direction, we have force is on BC. So this is in positive y direction, that's why Py into dx into unity minus this y direction force on AC is in downward direction, this is negative, so that's why minus here. Pz cos alpha in bracket ds into 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so here the fluid element is very much small, so that's why we are neglecting the weight, which is always acting in downward direction. Okay, now so from the trigonometry dx is equal to ds cos alpha, we'll substitute the value of dx. So we have py into ds cos alpha minus pz ds into cos alpha is equal to 0. So ds cos alpha, cos alpha is common one, we will take it common and multiplying on the right hand side of the equal to sign, this is become 0. So if you solve this, we have py minus pz is equal to 0. This is 2. Okay, now if we simplify this equation number 1 and 2, we have px is equal to pz is equal to py. Okay, this formula indicates in static condition pressure on or intensity of pressure is equal in all direction of the fluid element. Okay. Thank you.